A 4.5 mil lead at 600 yards means Place must aim 8 feet in front of the target. If he's off by 1 mil, he misses by 2 feet. Traveling at 2,550 feet per second, the 175-grain round enters the cranial cavity, severing the brainstem in 1/2 millionth of a second.
In my scope, I witnessed that one shot, boom, this lump of crap fell, weapon fell, no movement. That's how deadly he was. And no one ever came out of that position again.
30 days, 32 kills. Ethan Place plays a critical role in the fight for Fallujah. His sharpshooting saves countless Marines and wreaks havoc on insurgent fighters and RPG teams.
When they came to the negotiation table, one of the first things they wanted was the snipers to be pulled back. We were extremely effective at eliminating threats, but the ability not to know where or when it's coming, it just was devastating on him.
He received a Silver Star. That gentleman saved our bacon a lot, but he owned that whole area.
Marine Sniper School, Quantico, Virginia. 5 years after his 600-yard kill shot in Fallujah, Ethan Place reunites with Sergeant Major Bill Skiles to try and duplicate the feat. The sub-freezing conditions are the extreme opposite of those in Iraq, providing the ultimate test for the former sniper.
We're at 600-yard line here in Quantico, Virginia. Trying to simulate downrange at 600 yards of 2 target fronts. It simulates parts of buildings and to simulate how our enemy would run across our lines and this great American behind you would intercept them sometimes with bullets. You ready?
Ready as one can be. Can't feel my fingers. A little different from Fallujah, huh?
Yeah, sure as hell wasn't snowing then.
In Iraq, Place worked in temperatures in excess of 120 degrees. Hotter rounds flew further and faster. Here, Place's shot is complicated by sub-freezing temperatures and a 15-mile-per-hour wind. He gets on target or zeroes his rifle for 600 yards point of impact. Prolonged exposure to heat or cold can alter a bullet's minute of angle or trajectory. At 600 yards, a 20-degree drop in temperature can increase air density, causing a bullet to miss its target low by 6 inches. For a sniper, that could be the difference between life and death.
Now I will call his wind for him. I'm gonna simulate a running man between the 2 target frames. We're gonna go right to left first, the left to right. Do a couple passes each. Hopefully we can correct his lead so we can get his hits.
Just like Fallujah, Place will have less than 2 seconds to hit the target at 600 yards.
Go ahead and run him. Stand by.
3 pins. Go ahead and start running.
Okay, by the vapor trail, looked like it appeared to be went over his right shoulder.
Place misses just behind the target by a few inches.
Okay, this time, yeah, he's supposed to come right to left last time. Now he's gonna go right to left like I wanted.
The wind picks up, complicating Place's second shot. He must decrease his lead so he doesn't miss wide in front of the target.
Get about 3 mil lead this time, all right? Because you're trailing a little bit. You're dead center, Ethan. You see it? That was dead center, guys.
In 1.3 seconds, Place hits the target in the chest.
Hey, one shot's lucky. Do it again. Tell him to pull it out so you can do it again. Right edge. Go ahead and run it. Wind's good.
With the target moving in the opposite direction, Place increases his lead to compensate for the wind. A hit.
Up and down. Again, it's called limited exposure targets. Overseas, we had many of our bad guys that want to run and sprint across with supplies, with weaponry. Sometimes we only have a 1 second, 2 second exposure. That time he came out, started sprinting. Ethan knocked him down the first second at 600 yards. Got him in the kidney. Toast. 2 hits, 2 shots, that's awesome. Unload. It's like old times.
Well, the second one felt real good.
Good.
You see up here the first shot that I hit was dead on. It was 600 yards, that'll be a devastating kill. It'll probably take just a minute or 2 for them to pass away. But the second shot I was a little off. The wind probably affected a little bit. It was a little bit of a trail shot, but it'd be more upper kidney shot, and that's still gonna be a devastating shot at those ranges. And not the tightest group you'd hope for, but still at the same time, considering 2 kill shots, you're still gonna have 2 kills.
His fundamentals of marksmanship, he has not lost it. His own fundamentals of weapon and shoulder in his own body, his breathing, his pulse, his delivery, his eyes, his lead. That's what is phenomenal he still has.
I miss that smell a lot. Love that. Gets addicting and you miss it.
From the war-torn streets of Fallujah to the killing fields of Vietnam, a legendary sniper goes head-to-head with a deadly foe.
By the looks of things, I was just the quickest on the trigger, otherwise they had to kill me.
My worst nightmare is an enemy sniper. And the reason for that is a sniper is the most deadly weapon on the battlefield. He can wait there all day. If the situation doesn't present itself, he comes back tomorrow to get you. He only has to get lucky once.
The bottom line is it's the ultimate challenge as far as soldiering is concerned. It's just you against somebody else.
Vietnam, 1966.
I really didn't like to kill him. But to pit myself against another living, breathing human being who could kill me just as quick as I could him, that was the challenge of it.
The sniper, Carlos Hathcock, Marine Corps legend. The hunting ground, Hill 55.
We had eliminated most of the enemy snipers in that area. The intelligence folks had told us that someone was being sent down to challenge us.
The sniper is known only as the Cobra. If he kills Hathcock, he collects a $30,000 bounty.
The Snow Vietnamese sniper was sent down there to get me, which I really didn't appreciate.
The Cobra stalks Hill 55, home base for the 1st Division Marine Scout Sniper School. With one shot, he issues a challenge to Hathcock. Come and get me.
The killed gunner starting right outside my door with my hooch. And I watched him die. Took a bow right then. I was gonna get him, somehow or another.
He was operating about 1,000 yards outside the wire. He would come down a canal during low light. He would crawl into his position. It's where he was living, hanging his hat. Carlos wanted to go get him.
When he started shooting, I got John Burke, who was my partner, and we went out, and I trailed him. Very cagey, very smart individual, and I figured he was close to being as good as I was, but there ain't no way. Ain't nobody that good.
Hathcock and Burke track the Cobra for 2 days. They discover muddy footprints and push deeper into the jungle. A deadly game of cat and mouse is underway.
They say it takes a crook to catch a crook. It takes a sniper to neutralize a sniper.
The sniper that knows more about his enemy than his enemy knows about him is going to be the man that wins.
Hathcock looks for signs of the Cobra. Anything from broken twigs and grass to footprints and crushed lichen. Basic elements of the hunt, or man tracking.
Snipers are trained to find the minute details. If there is just the wrong color within a certain area of foliage, you've got to start asking yourself, why is that? And that could be the one thing that gives a sniper away.
Every breeze, every insect, every smell immediately goes into your computer, your mind, and you're able to analyze it and come up with a decision as to what it means. In Carlos's case, he was able to do that almost instinctively.
The tracks left by the Cobra are a little too obvious. Hathcock smells a trap. He and Burke drop into a sniper low crawl, moving forward 4 inches at a time.
Everything you do has to be extremely well thought out and normally very slowly carried out.
The hunt moves further into the jungle. Hathcock knows that somewhere out there, the cobra is watching and waiting.
There's that heightened tension. There's an inbuilt level of stress that is constantly there. Your senses are kind of heightened. You're listening harder than maybe you would do before. If you've got another professional that's hunting you down, and it really is a competition of who's going to make the first mistake and whether you're in a position to spot that mistake.
The cobra is on the move. He sneaks around Hathcock's right flank for an ambush.
It was a case of two very, very good soldiers constantly trying to outthink each other.
A snapped twig gives away the cobra's position. Hathcock and Burke sprint for cover. The next mistake is made by Hathcock. It nearly gets him killed.
I fell on an old rotted tree, and he made a shot. Burke and I both thought he was hit. And noticed the hole in his canteen. You ain't hurt. Yeah, you ain't hurt. Just to kill the devil out of your canteen, that's all.
Before Hathcock can return fire, the cobra vanishes into the jungle.
He started running. The bad guy started running then. And we moseyed around and mingled around, and we worked around to where I was in his old spot. He was in my old spot.
Less than 300 yards separate the snipers. The hunter and the hunted are finally face to face.
By then, those afternoons, which was a bad thing for him because he was facing the sun. The sun glinted off his lens of the scope, I guess. I shot it where the glint was. It just happened to be the right time. By looks of things, I was just the quickest on the trigger, otherwise Andy would kill me. How do I know he would have killed me? Because I shot right through his scope, right straight through the scope, didn't touch the side. Didn't touch the side. And it didn't do his eyesight no good in that side either.
He hit him in the eye and took off the right side of his head.
At 300 yards, Hathcock fired directly into the cobra's Soviet-made PU scope. The shot is only possible if both snipers' weapons are pointing directly at one another.
I would say the scope was about the size of a quarter. Those scopes were about 5.5 inches long, steel body, and there's just an objective lens and an observation lens.
It came down to a reflective light ray off the enemy's objective lens. That could have been something as simple as fatigue or just a momentary lapse of concentration where he'd forgot to focus on the fact that the sun is constantly moving.
1 in a million shot. It's not dumb luck that he hit the enemy, but for it to go down the scope was just luck.
43 years later, another Marine sniper sets out to replicate Carlos Hathcock's 1 in a million shot. T1G Tactical Training Facilities, Memphis, Tennessee. The sniper, Staff Sergeant Steve Reichert, USMC retired.
Our mannequin's name is Dead Fred. What we're trying to do is set up a shot, simulating what Carlos Hathcock did in Vietnam, where he sent